User joined your channel.
Hello, Sergeant
Hello.
Dale, are you there?
Yeah,
How you doing, buddy?
doing fine, Private. What do you need?
Um, I saw that you need a fill-in, so maybe I can help you.
Yeah, a firm. We are on the official training server too, if you'd like to fill in.
Oh, start now? Okay. You said official training server too?
A firm.
Alright, thank you.
User joined your channel.
Hey, Mirrors, you there?
I'm here.
Could you
User
drop
joined
me
your
a team
channel.
leader loadout? Mine won't load for some reason.
User
Copy.
joined your channel.
Alright, I'm gonna drop you this one. Come on.
Copy.
Which loadout do you want me to take?
One moment. Specialist McClure.
Yes,
User
Sergeant?
joined your channel.
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Over here, Sergeant.
Oh. You have Private McMillan. Go ahead and assign him to your team.
Copy.
It's on the floor.
Thank you. Can you hear me, McMillan?
Evening, Sergeant Dale.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Evening, sir.
I guess go ahead and grab the AR,
For
please.
tonight, are you full, or do you still need bodies? Look like you're still posting.
I need one medic.
User joined your channel.
Say again, McClure.
I just got PV1 so I have one spot left for another bottle.
Okay. Well, if nobody else shows up to take it, I'll fill it for you. If somebody else shows up, then I will bounce out. Just run as 3-6.
I'll pick it up
What's
whatever
the
you're left.
slot so I can go and grab the gear in case nobody gets here.
One moment.
Copy.
Specialist McClure.
Make sure you get the uniform. That's where the cargo is.
All right, where are you
sir.
putting? Where are you putting Private McMillan?
Alright, asked him to
User
take AR.
joined your channel.
All right.
Oh, yeah, okay, I can do it.
You also have Private Rees. Where are you having him at? He'll be here.
Grenadier, I guess.
All right, sir. Feel like carrying the law,
A firm, that works.
unless we get somebody else.
Sergeant is squad net 133.
Yep.
Yes. Take the uniform, McClure, so I can take it off the ground. This one, the uniform has the night vision and everything.
Hey, firm, I've already got the night vision.
Okay. Then you should be fine. I'm gonna go dress.
User joined your channel.
You should be good, LT.
As in,
As in, you should be able to take admin now.
copy.
Although, maybe in the future we'll see Curator, because that totally fucked up his Ares access. Even though he was in a Z slot. Yeah, well, I mean, they fixed it. I guess. I didn't know it would do
Any
that.
station on this
He was
net.
in a Z slot.
This is Sherman. Radio check on frequency 133.1 over.
Sherman renew 5x5.
Because if you crash, I can crash also.
Roger,
I don't
Hal.
know if that's still true. That information's about a year old.
I would agree with that.
I know back then it was.
North radio check on frequency 123.1
So
over.
yeah, I did see the other messages tomorrow on Bravo, so maybe we'll go straight.
I guess
Roger
they're
that.
gonna Go ahead and line up behind me when you get a chance.
Midday redirect or radio?
Excuse me, Staff Sergeant.
Yes.
Server information.
The name is the official trading server 2, I believe. Does someone have the actual information?
Off comms roll, Mike.
This wasn't rhetorical. If anybody can get him the server information, that'd be appreciated. Tabbing out is a problem over here.
Copy, Sergeant. I'll look for it. I don't have it in hand though.
Well, he looks for that, Private Reese. If you filter by 516, you can generally find most of our servers.
Roger.
Hopefully, you maybe find it before he gives it.
Hey, Station Net, this is Bravo,
Mitch is
requesting
back on
radio check
comms.
on frequency 133.0, over.
Bravo's actually got you thinking Charlie on 133, over.
Good copy, McClure, Bravo.
What?
Huh?
McClure, Bravo.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Well, I'm so used to on the team net saying my name.
Alright. So we got some guys coming in, getting their loadouts still, but I'm gonna go ahead and start chatting now. Tonight we are going to be building on what we learned last time. Last time we went on the movement within a fire team, stick with your buddy team, and bounding by buddy team. We're going to recover that really fast just to make sure it's stuck into your guys' head. Then we are going to expand on that, move it to squad level movement between the two fire teams. We are going to be working on proper reaction to contact, because you guys get shot too much.
Isn't that normal though, Sergeant?
No. And once we are all set on those, I'm confident that you guys have not forgotten what we learned last week. Later on, we are going to be with 1-4 doing a live fire exercise.
Copy, Sergeant.
Moving ahead, it is something I want you guys to keep in mind is most of the training that we do going forward, it's going to be one, to establish basics, get the hang of the simple things, make sure that we're all on the same page, and then the next training we're going to be building on those, taking it up a level, seeing how it works like as a whole squad or how it incorporates into the platoon, and then retouching on those basics to make sure that we got them down pat and nobody forgot what they learned last week. So this is kind of going to be the formula going on from tonight.
Copy, Sergeant.
Copy, sir.
Any luck, Private Reese? Is that him? Nope.
Bravo, this is Tel, requesting radio check at freak 133.2, over.
Charlie on 133.2 over.
Solid copy, up.
You know what? I suck at navigating the fucking forums. You cannot find the information for that server.
However, you've been able to figure out how to filter, like searching for a server without having the information on the internet tab in your in-game in Arma.
I put 5 or 6 in the host spot, Staff Sergeant, but nothing came out.
There you go. Thank you, my boy. Jeez.
Someone got him.
Yep. Sorry, Mike, I got
Excellent.
it. I mean, special. Oh, yeah, Sergeant. Sorry. I'm gonna copy that and save it.
Thank you, Staff Sergeant.
And the station, this is Macmillan on 133.2 over.
Lima Charlie at 133.2 over.
Roger, happy 5 by 5 out.
Alright, Alpha, you guys got your buddy teams and CLS assigned?
They should know already. Sherman, you're with Smith. Pareda, you're with me. Pareda, you're CLS, since you're the only one qualified because the other guys are too lazy to fucking get time and do it.
I'm qualified.
You're qualified? How come last time you say no?
What? I never said that I wasn't.
Okay, you're gonna be CLS.
Bravo, interrogative. Do you want me to carry CLS?
User joined your channel.
Pareda, you're not CLS
Negative.
anymore.
Well, we don't assume that your
I'll
guys
grab
on the
it.
buddy teams are noted CLS.
Never.
Red.
Bravo, I
This
can,
is going to ensure
I
that
can
the
carry if you'd like.
lockdown.
Yeah, that would be great, Lieutenant.
Copy that.
If a time when we need CLS, I want that machine gun singing.
Sergeant, you want me as a rifleman or a grenadier?
Sergeant Ramirez? Or Specialist McClure, sorry. You're under Specialist McClure, he's going to assign you.
McMillan, this is Del.
He's not in the server yet.
Say again.
Grenadier, you were assigned Grenadier.
Be advised, I have 600 rounds for you, over.
Alright, Sherman, you're gonna be team 2 from now on.
Del out.
Smith, you're gonna be with Sherman.
Roger.
We will give a good minute for our new buddy to get with us. Then we'll be all set to go.
Alright, Sergeant, I'm gonna talk to Pareda for a minute in private over here. If you need us, call us on the radio. Pareda,
Roger.
come with me, I need to talk to you.
McMillan, I'm gonna get you to be 2IC tonight.
Hey, Fairmont, got to IC. Macmillan out.
Actual off console, Mike. Alpha copies.
Alright. Hello guys again.
Macmillan off cons, 1 mic.
Alright, specials over here. McClure, make sure your grenadiers all squared away.
Copy.
Alpha is actual over there.
Okay, you got everything we need? You got bandages, earplugs, everything?
I think so.
Okay. How many 40 mics do you have?
Alpha.
This Alpha, send it.
We're all here. That lined up.
Sorry, say again?
Copy, moving back.
12.
Oh.
12?
Yes.
You're authorized to carry a few more than that.
How many?
I believe the minimum is supposed to be 16. I think the maximum is 20.
Roger, let me take the...
Do you have bandages on you too? I'm with
Bravo,
you.
interrogative, what were you talking about on that?
40 mics.
Copy. Maximum is 25.
Copy, thank you.
Roger, sir. I have also 10 bandages.
Yeah, grab some more of those too.
Yeah, you should be packing like 20 or 30 bandages, Private.
Roger, sir.
Fucking... I lost one.
I'm gonna take a look in your backpack.
I can't believe it.
Macmillan back on cons.
Got an ETA, Bravo.
Hey, firm, we're almost there. Almost there, Sergeant. He's just grabbing a couple more 40 mics and some bandages.
Roger. Make sure you got your buddy teams and CLS. Make it,
Copy.
make it happen.
Looking forward to being with you for today in training.
Yep, should be fun.
Bravo, this Tel.
Go for Bravo.
Obviously, MCLS, who's 2AC, and Battle Buddies over.
McMillan's got 2 IC. I'll run with Reyes. And it'll be McMillan and Tel together.
Solid copy, over.
Yes.
Alright. Private Rees, go ahead and set yourself blue on your... Oh gosh, he already knows. Look at this fucking good boy. Alright. Havoc 3-3 and LT and others. How we feeling tonight?
Good. Fucking who us aren't.
So good.
Alright, awesome. So, we're going to talk for a little bit, then we're going to go make sure we've got what we learned last week down, and then we're going to expand on it. So we're going to start with the talking. First off, and we're sticking with the basics. We're going to be sticking with the basics for a good long while until I'm comfortable with them, but for you guys, reaction to contact. Hear it all the time. Most people use it as shorthand for bullshit live fire exercise. Anyone tell me right here, when you are getting shot at, what is the first thing you do?
Get down.
Oh yeah, there we go. We got a survivor.
Call out the direction you're taking shots from. You get down and immediately start putting down suppressing fire and locate the enemy.
A lot of right things. I want to focus on the order here. So, see a lot of guys stand up in the open, start putting shots out. I see a lot of guys fucking get on the radio, start looking around, trying to figure out where it's coming from. I always want the first priority for you guys to be getting into cover. I don't care if you're not returning fire immediately. I don't care if the contact report takes another second to get up. I'd rather you stay up, stay alive, because if you get shot trying to find the guy who's shooting at you or return fire on him, then you are not going to be able to send that contact report to me. And even if you're not firing and not talking immediately, you're a lot more useful up and awake than you are getting shot because you're standing in the open. I mean this with absolute seriousness. If I see you guys start taking fire at any point tonight or moving forward and you stand in the open and start returning fire, we're going to have a problem. So, first thing was take cover. What are we doing next? Let's hear from
contact, Sergeant.
Oh man, look at you, greedy. Fucking taking all the answers. We're calling out that contact. As useful as your rifle is, we've got a team, a squad, or a whole platoon, depending on how serious it is, waiting to fucking join in, shooting with you. I don't want your first reaction, unless you can see the guy and you are in, getting engaged directly. I don't want you to think that getting shots out, suppressing, or going to find that guy is more important than letting us know that you're getting shot at. If you can see him, you got full view on him, he's hitting you, and obviously return fire first. Private McMillan.
Thank you, Sergeant. Can everyone hear me well?
I can.
Okay, nice. The first thing you said, try to get in cover. What if you're in open field and there's no cover around you? Would it make sense to just go prone and then throw smokes for concealment, then try to get the cover?
Absolutely. Look at this guy thinking ahead, making me skip parts in my lecture. So,
no, sorry, I don't mean that, but
no, I'm just fucking joking with you, man. You're good. Excellent question. So, if you don't have cover that you can get to by sprinting for more than a second or two, you just need to get low. Get low, and then start returning fire. So, we've got low. We've engaged anything that we can see and just directly shooting at us. We've called up our contact report. That's when we start figuring out how we want to handle the contact and maneuvering onto it. Last week when we got together, we just went through how to actually maneuver onto contact. The part where this gets a little more tricky, and I always want that to be your first response. That should always be the first instinct you have, but if their contact is ever too heavy for one fire team to deal with, we need to start thinking about how we want to approach that problem. So one buddy's team starts getting shot at, you start maneuvering the second buddy team to assist them, and you realize that whatever's hitting you is too large to be taken out by that second buddy team, or that fire team working together. What we did last week was have those guys push around and push through the contact. In the case where it's too much firepower for you to get fire superiority, you bring that second buddy team onto the element that took contact originally. Then that fire team leader is going to call over to the other one, and you're going to do the exact same thing we did last week, except instead of the buddy teams moving on it, that second fire team is going to move onto it. Alpha, this is Bravo. We're getting hit from this direction, this position. It's this amount of guys. I'm pinned, or we're hit, or we're not able to move. That's when you start, instead of maneuvering your second buddy team, keeping them bunkered down with you, try to send more hate towards the other guy, and then the second fire team start wheeling around on that. And then we draw it out even further. Let's say that we're hitting something real big, a lot of infantry or maybe some armor pieces in transposition. Let's say that we think that that's too much for the second fire team to push through. It's the same thing, you just pull the camera out even further. Hey, actual, this is Alpha, we're getting in contact. I don't think it's enough, I don't think it's small enough that we could take it with Bravo maneuvering. What's going to happen at that point is Bravo is also going to move on with flying with you. Maybe not exactly off to one side. Make sure you have good spacing and set up a second firing position. And then we as an entire squad will become base of fire for another squad to maneuver through that contact. Exactly the same as what we did last week in the buddy teams. These are all the same movements and maneuvers, same concepts, but we're just making the elements larger. Does everyone understand that?
Yep.
Roger, sir.
Excellent. So, with that said, what we're going to do is we are going to head somewhere over yonder. There's a real simple course-ish thing. We're going to do a very short version of what we did last week, where we maneuver in buddy teams just to make sure that everyone has it and that our fill-ins are on the same page. Once I'm sure that we have got that down, we are going to pull it out to a squad level where the two fire teams get into larger degrees of contact and then maneuver on that as entire fire teams as opposed to maneuvering on it as buddy teams. When this is happening, when you're taking those shots, remember that I want to see you guys get down and get cover first before doing anything else. Then team leads, you're thinking about what needs to be happening as far as how many guys we need to be directing towards this contact. If it's small enough that you think you can take it with just your fire team and two buddy teams, you go for it. But you need to be reasonable. Alright, safety comes first because, like I said earlier, if you guys get shot, you're not very useful, so don't try to go biting off more than you can chew. If you're not sure if you can take it with just your guys, always jump to that other team. There should never be any room for doubt.
Copy, Sergeant.
So after we go through that exercise a few times, pulling it out each time, making it a bit larger scale, we will then link up with 1-4 and then have some fun. But we need to make sure that we actually learn something and get some actual skills down before we go do that. Now, does anyone have any questions or concerns on anything that's been said up to this point?
Negative, Sergeant.
Negative, Sergeant.
Alright, two don't have questions, the rest are thinking.
Negative, Sergeant.
No, Sergeant.
Well, majority, I guess. Alright. Lieutenant Tell or Sergeant McCoy, did you have anything to add to any of this?
Not at this time, Sergeant Dale. Good
Negative,
presentation.
Sergeant, carry on.
Thank you. Alrighty. Give me a moment to let my T-FAR reapply as I get ready to move us over. Stand by.
Relock and load.
First one is going to be dry. Then after that, we'll see.
Copy, Sergeant.
Strike sounds painful.
McMillan.
Okay, I like how you guys. Come on, we're gonna do a dry run. Let's get around the Sergeant.
We're dry running. We should not be locking and loading.
Sorry, my bad.
I don't know if Sergeant McCoy wanted to hang out with Sergeant Muller or come over. I'm assuming he can move himself if he needs to.
Yeah, that should be fine, Sergeant Dale.
Alright. So, I don't have it marked exactly on the map, so keep your eyes up as you move. But in that direction, I have set up several flags. You can more or less see the confines of the course with a fence over there, and then eventually some cliff rocks. Alpha, since you're a full fire team, go ahead and take us out first. We're just going to be doing the same. Sorry, can go ahead.
You want us to use the road, or just want us to go through whatever?
Nope.
Path we pick.
This isn't reaction to ambush, just reaction to contact. So at this point, I want you moving as though you are expecting contact, as if we will be, when we know we're going in hot.
Copy, Sergeant. On your word.
So, fill-ins, everyone else,
Team wage.
get a good idea of what they're doing. Make sure you stick close to your buddy at all points. Alpha, go ahead and get started. Red smoke will be treated as contact.
AR on the right.
Alpha moving out.
It's Alpha moving out.
Moving.
Is it just Alpha's pushing out? We're
Yep,
waiting.
just Alpha right now. We're doing
Copy.
fire team level movement right now. It's going to be a short one. This is
Mars
for
37
anyone
and
who was
Charlie
here, this
31
is
over.
exactly the same as what we did last week.
Copy that. Just making sure I hadn't misheard.
Yep, just a real short version of what we did last time.
Any session with net, this is Breges, on frequency 133.2, radio check over.
This is Bravo, read you Lima Charlie 133.2 over.
Roger out.
Well, that's a whole other issue altogether.
It's Alpha, we got contact to the right, to the west side of us.
Copy that.
Actually, you want us to move on that red smoke, or you just wanted to suppress it from here?
Negative, just hold there. I was just making sure you guys would actually take cover.
Alpha copies.
What the fuck? Jeez. Continue moving.
Alpha copies. Alright, let's go.
Alright, next one I'll put it somewhere they can actually get to. Bravo, go ahead and stand by.
Copy that. Stand by to push out.
Copy. What information you want?
It's Alpha, we got contacts like east.
Let's put it in a wedge. AR on the left.
Strong side right. Copy.
Copy.
Alpha, this is actual. You guys moving on that over?
Yeah, this is Alpha, we're moving on it.
Copy out. Alright, Bravo. Move out.
Copy. Okay.
Body teams are
moving. Bearings 132.
Alpha, this actual disregarding any contact from rear. Over.
Alpha copies. Disregard, gather up. Action, Alpha, you want us to continue moving forward?
104.
Hey, firm, once the smoke dispersed, continue movement over.
Alpha copies. Out.
Are we maneuvering?
Team 2, you want to maneuver? Team 1 will
Copy that. Copy. Team 2 pushing left. Two set.
Copy. 1's moving up. Okay, we're gonna push up.
Bravo, this is actual. I expect contact reports over.
Copy that. Bravo to contact approximately 70 degrees from our location.
Actual copies out.
1 is 2. We got it. If you want to push through the contact.
Action, Alpha, we got contact right in front of us.
Roger that out.
Actual Bravo.
Send it over.
Contact appears to be neutralized.
2's no longer effective. We're pushing up time now.
Roger that, continue. I'm moving over.
We're gonna push back and continue moving.
Copy that. Pushing back into wedge, strong side right.
Affirm.
Actually, this is Alpha. Contact isn't clear.
Roger that, Alpha. Hold at the green flag, over.
Alpha copies.
Bravo's tell.
Bravo.
Interrogative, can we get off this fucking road? IEDs make me nervous, over.
Copy that. We also have contact 143. Actual Bravo, we're taking contact 143 from our location, approximately 50 meters.
Roger that.
Copy. Who's moving, 1 or 2?
2, you hold, I'll, 1 will move.
So I'll copy, holding.
Okay, 1. Mr. 1, we're gonna push to our right.
Copy.
Make sure to push behind them.
It's 2 are no longer effective, we're pushing up time now.
Copy. 1 set. Contacts are looking like they're down.
Hey, firm, we're pushing up on the left-hand side of the road. Contacts appear to be clear, pushing up to the trees.
That one's gonna fall back to your location.
Copy, 2 set.
Actual Bravo.
Back set.
Send it over.
Those contacts appear to be neutralized.
Roger that, over.
Sorry. Okay, let's push out 091.
Moving.
Roger, move it.
Moving.
Bravo, this tell.
Go for Bravo.
When we take contact like that, recommend you have it to where you're just automatically setting who's fire maneuver, so just don't wait for us to ask you. Just as soon as it comes up, start calling out. 2, you're moving, 1, you're saying, or whatever the case may be.
Copy that.
Contact right. Sal, 50 meters, smoke, just
Copy, 1 set.
disregard it. Disregard. Smoke disappeared, not sure the hell happened with it.
Contact danger close, 149. Stay firm, it just disappeared as well.
Seen more upslope, northeast.
Copy, 1 will hold.
Copy.
Push around.
2's pushing right.
Actual Bravo.
Send it over.
We've got contact 063 from our location. I'd say about 200 to 300 meters.
Roger, that is way under 200 to 300 meters, over.
Copy.
McMillan, cover the left, I got right. Let's push up over the ridgeline.
Affirm.
Alright, this team 2, clear, we're holding.
Copy, team 1's pushing to you. Swing. One's on you.
Copy. Recommend you keep pushing. This is cleared out.
Confirm. Let's move out 114. Keeping the wedge.
Copy. Which side strong?
Right side.
Copy that. Going to ridge side right.
Actual Bravo, those contacts have been neutralized. We're continuing to push bearing 114.
Roger that. Hold a green flag, over.
Copy, hold a green flag.
If you guys take cover, and you guys know where the contact is, and you have a clear line of approach on your cover, that needs to be a response that you can take without direction.
That needs to be your default reaction. You don't need direction to be able to accomplish that.
Copy, Sergeant.
So make sure those reactions, or those movements start a little faster. Don't rely on your team leader so much. That was all I had for you for that. Did you have anything, Sergeant Mears, you noticed as while you were moving?
As we were moving, we were talking about what we were doing wrong, and distance was one of the things that we addressed, so we're good to go, Sergeant.
Copy that. Alright, Bravo. Only thing that I caught from you guys was you got your buddy teams mixed up a little bit, but those kind of things will happen with villains, unfortunately. Just need those contact reports, and this is a really small issue to nitpick, but goddamn, 200 to 300 meters? You could have fucking hit that with a frag grenade. How fucking good of an arm do you think you have?
It looked further to me, Sergeant.
Alright. So, that was all I had for this one. For this next one, we're going to do a dry run, where you guys are going to move as 2 fire teams. This is another short approach. There's a blue flag to your east-southeast. Going to do the exact same drill. Make sure you maintain your spacing. And just assume every contact is too much for one fire team to handle, and that you need that second fire team to maneuver onto it. Team leads, you got that?
Copy, Sergeant.
We're going through all the motions here, except the shooting bit. We're not going through that motion. So that means that from you guys, I need a contact report, and then I need the 2 team leads communicating how they want to move on that contact.
Copy.
Sergeant, do you want the first team that gets in contact to just establish a line of fire and have the other team move?
Yep, yeah, that's what we talked about. Where reaction to contact is you immediately take cover and start returning fire and communicating.
Copy.
You get your second buddy team online with you, whichever one was further away from the contact, and then you hold up there a good sight line on the contact.
Copy. May I have a minute with my team to address this so they know what we're doing?
I mean, it's the same thing that we just did, but zoomed out, but if you need that, go ahead.
Alright, do you guys know what it means to go under, make a line?
Bravos, recommend you push back here for a moment.
That means, all you guys, when we get in contact, you guys are gonna have make a line.
Here's something I would strongly
not
recommend that you consider, okay? This is your call, but recommend you consider this. Is that right now, you have the AR and the rifleman as battle buddies. But when you're doing a wedge, strong side, whichever, left or right, we are on the opposite sides of the fire of the wedge.
Alright?
By definition. So therefore I recommend you either stick the AR as your battle buddy, which personally as a fire team leader, that's how I always wanted, because that way I had that biggest dick in my fire team at my fingertips, and I knew exactly where he was at. Or recommend you do heavy left or right wedges, so that way we're on the same side. Your call which way you do it, but you should change it up so that way we're not getting mixed up like we were.
I firm. Yeah, I don't only set it up. Usually I keep the AR with me. I only set up that way to keep our youngest member with me.
Copy. Don't take this the wrong way, Reyes, but I'll babysit him if you want. Or again, switch it up. Switch it up so that you just do it heavy side, so that way the AR and the rifleman are on the same side. It's up to you, but I'd recommend you change one of the 2 things.
We'll change up the buddy teams, AR and team lead with and grenadier and rifleman.
Copy that. So Reyes, that said, you need to stay on my ass. Wherever I go, you go.
Roger, sir.
Alright.
Alright, Bravo, you guys all ready?
Hey, firm. Good to go.
Alright. So, we're gonna get into contact twice before we reach the flag. For the first one, I want Alpha in front, Bravo in second, and then after that, we'll go ahead and swap places in the squad formation.
Copy, Sergeant.
Cool. Head out whenever you guys are ready.
Alpha, we're moving out.
Bravo's Alpha, moving out.
Yeah. behind you. Okay, we're gonna fall in behind Alpha. Give me a diamond.
Solid copy, diamond.
Alpha, this is actual. Be advised, if you're not sure exactly where you're
I'll
going,
take the rear.
the road will eventually take you to the marker. Over.
Alpha copies.
Walk
Over.
Alpha.
Actual Alpha.
There we go, back to a jog.
Alright, Reyes, do you know what a diamond is? Okay, Reyes. So say it on the radio, but alright, so go ahead and be, basically we're going to be in a diamond shape, so one guy in front, one guy in the left, one guy in the right, one guy in the rear. Kind of like a sideways square, basically.
Roger, sir.
Bravo, recommend we give a little bit of space to the Alpha.
Bravo, we got contact in front of us to the east.
Copy, contact front. Alpha has contact to our front to the 097.
Solid copy.
Advise
Copy
move
that.
to the north side to get some high on him.
Copy that, Alpha, will do. We're gonna maneuver to the north.
Copy, moving north.
See if we can get some height on them.
Solid copy. We're gonna be disregard. I gotta shut the hell up. Good. Are we holding here or are we pushing?
Hold here.
Copy that.
Bravo set.
Copy, you want Alpha to move on them?
A firm Alpha, if you want to push up, either move on them or find another spot to cover us where you've got a wide open field in front of us.
Sorry, copy. Alpha moving on, and we might come into your line of fire, so keep an eye on us.
Copy that, Alpha. Alpha may be crossing our line of fire, so just PID.
Yep, eyes on. They're crossing now.
Awesome. We got eyes
Bravo,
on
is
everything.
Alpha area clear?
Copy, area clear. Bravo's gonna push to you. Okay, let's push up to
Copy that, Alpha holding for you to pass us.
Copy, moving.
Moving.
Alpha, Bravo, go ahead and swap places in the formation.
Bravo copies.
Alpha copies.
Guys, we're gonna be taking up the front. We're gonna do a wedge. Let's go strong side left.
Wedge strong side left, copy.
Copy.
Crossing. We're crossing by you.
Alpha copies, we're gonna switch fire to the northeast.
Copy that, Alpha. Bravo is pushing in front of you. We're forming up to a wedge and continuing 142.
Alpha copies.
McMelody said wedge strong side left, so therefore you should be on the right.
Yeah, I apologize, I forgot, sorry.
Bravo and Arag, have you got a crick in your back or something?
Bravo, you got contact of your south.
Copy, contact south. Alpha sees contact south.
Alpha
Yeah,
moving to the
145.
southwest and maneuvering that enemy. Alright, guys, we're...
Copy, I'm set.
Actual Bravo, we have contact 147 from our location.
Roger that. I need a range over it.
Copy, range is 150.
Copy, over.
Bravo, it's Alpha, we're pushing forward to the smoke.
Bravo copies. Alpha's gonna push around to it. Just keep fire on it.
Copy that.
Bravo, it's Alpha, smoke is clear.
Bravo copies. Okay, location's clear. Let's push up to
Alright, I see the blue flag, let's move to the blue flag.
Roger.
to the blue flag. 125.
Oscar Mike.
Copy that. Bravo's pushing to the blue flag.
Alright, everybody in Bravo, keep in mind you should be answering the team lead every time he talks.
Bravo South, are we going to be watching the south side?
Index.
Index.
Alright, let's go behind Sergeant Dale.
Alright. So, I know that was real short and simple, but that was pretty solid. Only a few notes. On that first approach, when Alpha was lead, that was definitely the right call. When you didn't really have a good angle to get onto that contact, so moving up on that hill to get better eyes, and then having Bravo, or having having Alpha move again to clear through that is a lot better than Bravo moving on the open side of that hill, so good call on that. Kind of drifted away from buddy teams a little bit at 1 or 2 points. No matter how much, no matter what level we take the training to, I always want that, more than anything else, to be locked down. So just keep that in mind. For the second one, where Bravo is lead element, had no complaints for that one. The one thing that isn't really related to what we've talked about, but I've kind of noticed a lot lately, is a lot of times from my 2 team leads, I'm not getting ranges on these contacts. And there is a big fucking difference between getting shot at 600 meters and getting shot at 200 meters. It doesn't need to be exact. I mean, if you have the exact range, I'll take it, but close, far, approximate, just give me a rough idea of how close you are into contact.
Copy that, Sergeant. Now add it to my report. One guesstimation coming up.
Yeah, that's fine if it's a guesstimation. It's better than nothing. Your spacing, for the most part, was pretty good. And never, things aren't going to be perfect, but at least for what we're doing today, that was definitely good enough. Cover was used very well for both teams throughout that. I really don't have any major complaints for that exercise. Sergeant McCoy?
Hey, Prince, I got just one thing that stood out to me, and just want to address it real quick. So on the first engagement, your movement between the spacing between the fire teams was far too close. You got to remember that when we go out on a patrol or something, before we enter the maneuver phase or come into contact, we're almost always going to be in traveling overwatch, which means there's at least a 50 meter spacing between each element. So you have Alpha, 50 meters, squad lead medic, and then another 50 meters between them and the maneuver team. So if you'll kind of remember that first engagement, because Bravo was a little too close to Alpha there, if you guys were about 30 more meters back, you would have been completely concealed and defilade when you maneuvered up onto that hill. If this was a live fire, you would have been exposed. Your whole team would have crossed that road fully exposed to the enemy position. So just keep that in mind moving forward. And as soon as you hear a contact report from the lead team, the maneuver team needs to stop immediately. You need to halt your movement so you can prepare to maneuver. You don't want to close the distance any more than you already have, so you can make sure you have enough room to maneuver, otherwise you become an ineffective maneuver element. Is that making sense?
Affirm.
Alright, roger that. Other than that, that was a pretty bang up job, gentlemen. Keep it up.
Sergeant Dale, I'm going to interject on that one moment too, regard to relation to what Sergeant McCoy was just saying. So, everybody over here, look, off here to the due north, look where I'm pointing. Where that tree is that I'm pointing at right there, that's frickin' 50 meters from where I'm standing. So that's the minimum distance when he's talking about it. That's a way for you to visualize what he's saying by 50 meters. It's that tree right there from where I'm standing. Okay. All right, carry on.
Thank you, sir. All right. Now, before we link up with 1-4 for the rest of this, we're going to do a very short live fire. There is a radio tower to the east. We're going to move up there. Pretty simple. Now, key difference here is in the first exercise we did, we kept it at buddy team movements. The second exercise we did, we made sure that it was always the fire team's maneuvering. For this one, and this is where the team leaders start getting more involved. How I've said before that, you know, all these movements need to be ingrained into the individual soldier. They don't need to be directed by the team lead. This is where the team lead, his job starts coming through. You need to appraise that contact, decide how much you need to deal with it, and then in that moment, decide whether you're going to address it as a fire team and just maneuver on it with your second buddy team, or if you are going to address it at a squad level, make that line and then have the second fire team maneuver on it. Alright, those calls, they're not something that I'm going to be making unless I have more information than you and am closely involved in the situation. For the most part, that decision needs to come down to the fire team leaders. So Sergeant Ramirez and Specialist McClure, when Sergeant Donahoe's not here, you guys get into contact, it is immediately your job to decide how much of the friendly elements we need to move to address that contact. Do you understand that?
Yeah, firm.
Copy.
Alright, so same movement, same maneuver, same ideas, just with some decision making thrown in.
I got a quick question, Sergeant.
Send it.
What do you want the other team to be doing while the other team is eliminating the contact in case they can do it on their own? Keep moving forward?
Yeah, good question. If it's a small contact and one fire team can handle it by themselves, that second fire team just needs to move around and continue movement to the objective. If it's contact small enough that one team can handle it, we don't need to stop a squad for it. We need to continue movement, at least on some level. Same thing as if we can handle it as a squad, there's no reason to stop the platoon for it. Other squads can continue moving around us if we don't need their support. We need to always be sure that we are on some level moving towards our objective.
Copy, so stay on objective in case the other team can handle it.
Yep, and then as soon as that other element tells you that they can't handle it, that's when you're like, okay, now we have a new job to do. Is that clear?
Stay firm, Sergeant.
Awesome. Alright. I don't have an exact path for you. There is a kind of hill between us and the larger hill that the objective is on. So there's two sort of valleys around either side of this hill that more or less lead you to the objective. There's not really too much of a difference on either side, so you guys just pick one of these ways around and start heading towards the radio tower. Do you need it marked on the map, or can you guys see it?
Yes, please, Sergeant. Can you do... Because I see towers, I see mountains.
That's the towers at Hill 225?
A firm.
There you go.
Copy.
Thank you.
Alright. So, this is live fire.
Lock and load.
Go ahead and lock and load.
I'll take point, bro.
Lock copy, lock mode.
Can we move out, Sergeant?
Yeah, A firm. You're good to go.
Let's go.
Alpha's gonna move out. We're gonna end up falling in behind them in a diamond.
I guess keep your weapon.
Copy. Solid copy.
So just give them a minute.
So Bravo, to be clear, what he's meaning by that, what Sergeant McCoy is meaning, is anywhere from 50 to 100 meters behind him is where we should be.
Copy.
Obviously, if terrain is absolute shit, then we're down at 50. If it's good wide open area, then we're up at near the 100 range.
Copy that. Okay, let's get moving.
Copy that.
I'm gonna take the hill.
Copy. I'll take right.
Yeah.
Alright, so Reyes, you should be falling back behind. So again, it should look kind of like a sideways square, pretty much. Doesn't have to be exact, but you definitely don't want to be in between myself and the AR. In reality, normally we'd want you where I am, and I would be in the rear since I'm the rifleman, but we're not going to take time to pause to change it.
Roger, sir.
Adjusting your bearing slightly to about 113.
Copy.
Solid copy.
Bravo, this is a pretty ugly diamond.
Okay, let's see if we can clean it up a bit. Go for a walk
We'll
for a
see,
second.
I cannot run any faster. I'm running full speed.
Copy, I'm walking for a minute. Can you just clean it up?
So again, Reyes, you're going to want to fall back a little bit.
Back to the jog.
Bravo Alpha, we got contact from the southwest.
Shots from the south.
It's kind of far away from us.
Copy that, Alpha.
400 meters out. 300 meters out.
Alpha's contact to the south. Push,
Yeah. Where are we moving?
176. 176.
Solid copy.
Roger.
Keep in mind, you can also just say we're going to flank right.
It's south, I'm up.
Flank right. Moving into your line of fire now, Alpha.
Copy,
Eyes on them.
watch out, they're walking to
Contact
the
east
river base.
southeast. Approximately 100.
Drop them.
Dell's back up.
Bravo's getting hit down here. Put down fire. See if you, can you push on them at all?
It's south, I copy, we're gonna start pushing down.
Advise, tells about patched up.
Bravo is south, we're gonna be on your line of fire in 10 seconds.
Roger that, Alpha. Alpha's pushing into our line of fire.
Copy that. Seeing tracers coming in from the southeast far. Bravo, I don't know if we're any good here. I can't see shit where they're at. Request we push.
Copy that. Stem. Push.
Moving.
Let's push out.
Bravo, recommend moving forward. Line with us, clear this out.
Bravo's already on their way.
Bravo is south, I look so clear.
Copy that, Alpha.
We're gonna resume movement to the tower.
Alpha's reporting it's all clear. They're gonna resume movement. Let's fall down behind them and get back into a diamond.
Solid copy.
Copy.
Bravo's falling back on you. Bravo's got shots.
Shots from the east, I believe.
Sounded
Not
like
sure.
from the north, distance unknown. 50 meters from
It's
us.
from the east.
Uphill.
Everybody in Bravo, check in.
Bravo team is up.
Eyes on them. South, northeast.
Trying to push up here. Reyes on me. Let's go.
Roger.
Bravo, this is Alpha.
Bravo.
We're gonna stand in line of fire. Can you maneuver in those enemies? We don't have a clear shot on them.
Copy that. Okay, bro. Alpha's got a line of fire set up. We're gonna maneuver on them.
Well, I got
Which side?
Could be pushing toward the right side.
Copy. Moving right.
Moving right.
Melon, you good? Taking fire from northeast.
No eyes on them.
Sounded like he was close.
Can't see anything from here.
Recommend we push by Battle Buddy team up to that ridge line. Be advised. Yeah, A firm, I can't move. Shit's definitely coming from the northeast.
Alpha, Bravo.
It's Alpha, send it.
If you have eyes on those contacts, we are taking fire from somewhere in between.
Looking for him.
Bravo, recommend we pop, smoke, and move or do something.
Alpha's engaged. Pop some smoke and move up.
Bravo, it's Alpha. We just took one enemy down, but it wasn't between us.
Copy that, Alpha. I saw his saw his muzzle flashes as you were pushing on him.
McMillan's down here. I'm CLS, I got him. You guys get on security.
Bravo has one man down.
I'm pushing meds. They're too far out.
I'm up.
All right, can we do something?
Alpha copies. I'm gonna push forward and clear this area as soon as you guys can. Start pushing to us.
Okay, from our man's up at this time. He's gonna need some time to fix himself up, and then we'll push towards the northeast.
Copy.
Bravo, recommend you stick a guy up on the east-southeast there so that somebody could walk right on top of us and we wouldn't see them until they're here.
Hey, firm, I'm gonna push my way up there.
Copy.
Right,
Reyes, how you doing?
Let's keep moving.
Copy.
Okay, we're gonna have to move approximately 050. Push back and wrap around.
Roger, 050.
Copy.
Bravo's on the move, Alpha.
Alpha copies. Bravo, it seems like it's a good distance between us. We're just gonna keep moving. How copy?
Good copy. We're falling back to you at this time.
Solid copy. Alpha taking point.
Okay, 019. We're falling back to Alpha.
Copy. Recommend you stick McMillan on the right-hand side since that's where our fucking objective is.
Copy that. Sounds like a good plan.
Copy. Pushing to the left. Reyes, stay with me.
Copy.
Bravo, it's Alpha. We got coming from the south. I recommend pushing forward. They're directly 200 meters in front of us.
Copy that. Bravo's engaged this time.
Let's get some 40 mics out there.
I'm hurt.
Manage later. Get some 40 mics out there so before they do it to us. Bravo, recommend we fire maneuver here.
Alpha, Bravo's been down. You're gonna need to maneuver.
Alpha copies.
Alpha's
Reyes. Reyes, 40 mics about 50 meters to our southeast.
Bravo, you up?
Bravo, this is Alpha. We're moving.
Copy that, Alpha.
Fragging east. Frag out.
You got no eyes on that motherfucker. Can't see him.
Got one.
Bravo, we're crossing line of fire. Watch out.
McMillan, you're by yourself.
Yeah, just
Push it
trying
out,
to
battle
search
buddy.
for that.
Alright, friendlies are front of us now.
Bravo's bandaging quickly. Good to go.
Bravo, it's Alpha, area clear.
Copy that, Alpha. Alpha's reporting the area is clear.
Copy.
Push back to them.
Bravo, it's Alpha.
Go for Bravo.
We're gonna stay here behind cover so you can pass us and get to the tower. How copy?
Good copy. We're pushing up to you.
McMillan, recommend you get on the right hand side so we can go strong side left.
Roger, going right.
Again, we got the towers up to our left now, so that's the objective.
I recommend moving behind us.
Copy that. We are behind you, I believe.
Copy.
Okay, we are now going to be point element pushing on the tower.
Copy. Which way are we going? Straight north, or are we going behind them?
I prefer to go about 023 and push up in this little bit of tree cover we have here.
Copy, moving.
Roger, 03.
McMillan, push north, hard, get back with us.
Roger, pushing north.
Bravo, interrogative, what formation you want here?
Wedge. Strong right.
Okay. Strong right, copy, moving.
Bravo, this is Alpha. We're gonna move into the tower from the east side.
User joined your channel.
Alright, there's some rocks up here I'm pushing up on.
I'm pushing up to this rock.
That's going to spread us out a little bit too far.
Yeah, are we continuing to push? Is that the plan?
A-firm, continue to push. Alpha's going to try and push
Copy, moving.
up and push to them in from the east.
Copy, moving.
Got some depth
No eyes now.
from the tower, so.
Friendlies on our right.
Alright, I don't
Alpha.
see anything.
We're pushing up in the ready tower.
Copy that, Alpha. Bravo's been engaged.
Right underneath the tower.
Right in front of us, 072 at the tower. Right to the
Copy. Frag it.
Stay firm. Reload.
Drag out.
Are we holding here or are we pushing up?
Contact
Bravo,
left.
this is Alpha. We're getting right underneath the towers to speak.
Got a guys to our northeast on the other side of the road.
Hold your fire, hold your fire. That might
Recommend
be
we push over there and
shooting
clear
at.
it.
We're taking fire from the northeast, Alpha. We're going to be in the... Disregard, wrong name.
Second tower has a lot of enemies.
We're going to be in the best position to clear it. Push up and support you.
Bravo's tell.
Go for Bravo.
Kind of worthless here. Recommend we push off to. Just had another one come up from the
Bravo,
north.
Alpha, we got a
Recommend we
man
push
down.
that way and get it dealt with.
Copy. Let's push. Yep. Northeast. Use the deflate to keep us from these towers and keep pushing up.
Copy, moving.
Pushing forward.
Bravo's pushing up the other side of the defilade here. We keep getting attacked over top of this defilade.
Reyes, Mike, 100 meters down slope.
Bravo's taking attack approximately 100 meters down slope.
Okay, that rock just saved my life. Or 40 Mike.
I'm throwing a frag. Fire in the hole.
Bravo, it's you taking fire?
Copy that, Alpha. Down in a defilade, approximately 352 from our location. It's gotten quiet.
Bravo, what are we doing now? Should we push there?
We got white smoke, 314.
Team 2, hold this rock. Team 1,
Copy, Team 2's over.
Bravo's, Alpha's pushing north, time to maneuver on those enemies.
Yo, Rez, don't take off without me, man. We're holding here.
Copy.
What's up the hill?
Bravo, you got enemies moving on you, watch out.
Copy that, Alpha. Are they down in this white smoke?
Hey, firm. Whatever was behind us on the tower is clear.
Good copy. Alpha's reporting we have
Alpha,
contact.
Bravo's actual index over.
Copy, Reyes, watch westish. Make sure nothing comes up on our left flank. Don't move, just stay there. Right.
Rally under the radio tower close to Alpha, over.
Rally near Alpha, near the radio tower.
Copy, patch in my head real quick.
Roger.
No, I imagine you're still good, but make sure you let me know when you need some ammo.
Hey, firm. Thank you.
Does anybody need heal? I can take care of it real fast.
Yep, just a little bit in pain.
McClure is wounded. Thank you.
Anybody else? We all good?
You're good,
Check
yep.
yourselves medically.
Del's green.
So, only had a few points. Again, Alpha, twice just during this exercise, we had called out contact front. I think arguably neither of those times were front, and front is not very useful to either Bravo or myself. Need bearings, cardinal directions. Just try to break that habit. Copy, Alpha.
Copy.
Alright. My second thing was when when you guys took contact, it was about on the ridge line, the hill between your starting point and the objective. There was just one guy behind a rock. That was, after you cleared out most of the contact, there was just one single guy with an AK left. The two teams were trying to maneuver Bravo onto that. This is what I'm talking about earlier, where you don't want to be moving elements that are just bigger than you need. That was one guy easily be maneuvered on by one fire team. I understand you don't always know exactly how many people are up there, but after he'd been engaging you for a good minute, you should realize that that's just one rifle. You're not hearing any overlapping fire there. We don't need to move a second fire team all the way around to deal with one guy behind a rock. So that's what I talked about earlier before we started this last exercise, and this is something that just comes with experience, getting used to it. There's really no great way to train on it other than to do it, but you guys just need to get better at recognizing the strength of the force you're engaged with and how much we need to move to get on that.
Copy, Sergeant.
Copy.
And then the last thing I had, Private Sherman and Private Smith, when you were on the back side of the radio tower, about roughly behind that that gray shed. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Do we need to move over there?
Hey, firm.
You guys crested that defilade entirely with nothing to protect you other than a small bush. I know that at one point both of you got shot. I know at least one of you woke up from that. But don't think I need to go into detail on how that was not a great path to assault an objective that you know is being held by enemies. So if you don't have a good approach, you need to peel around your friendlies until you do, or just maintain that sector of security and let another element push on to that objective if you don't have a good path.
Hey, firm. Thank you, Sergeant.
Alright. Alpha, Bravo, did you guys have anything that you saw at your level?
Negative, Sergeant.
Negative, Sergeant.
Alright. Sergeant McCoy, Sergeant Muller, or Lieutenant Tell.
Let the LT go if he's got anything.
Hey, Firm, one thing I'll throw at you guys is, again, Sergeant McCoy may have mentioned this, or correction, excuse me, Sergeant Dale may have mentioned this, but when you guys are going to push up on something to assault, make sure you're not assaulting it from both sides, so that basically you have to shoot in each other's direction if there's still something on it. So that was one thing I noticed when Bravo got up to the fence line. Alpha swung all the way around, and basically got to the point where if we were to have to engage something in that tin shack, we would have been shooting at it generally towards Alpha. So make sure you guys are keeping that in mind, team leads, of how you're moving up, so that yes, you can support. And there's nothing wrong with a pincer movement, but if you're doing a pincer movement to where you're on opposite sides of each other, then that's going to cause problems down the line. That's all I got right now.
Thank you, sir.
I got nothing that hasn't already been addressed. Actually, disregard that. I got one thing. Just make sure you're paying attention to the terrain that's around you on the initial approach here to this compound. A couple people kind of popped over defilade, exposed themselves to the northwest down the hill. If you would have just stayed, 5 meters to your right, you would have been completely concealed and in cover on that western flank as you approach this. So keep that in mind, situational awareness of the terrain. But other than that, good job. Thank you, Sergeant.
Thank you, Sergeant. Alright. Last note here before we go have some fun here a bit. The actual focus of the training, which was the movement between those fire teams maneuvering onto contact. Well, there were some small mistakes that we pointed out. The actual core of what we were focusing on was pretty well done. So I want you guys to have a good idea of what just happened, kind of remember that feeling, how that looked, and make sure you stick that in your head, because that needs to be how it's done from here on out. No worse than that. Alright. So, Sergeant Muller, do you know where 1-4 is at? Oh, they're still back at the base.
Negative. I'll go check them out, though.
Alright, guys. Hold on your hats. We're about to
User
head
left
over
your channel.
to hang out with those Havoc 1 guys.
Actual, this is Mike. Radio check on frequency 133 over.
Sidearm, get out. Actually, Charlie on 133, over.
Roger out.
Alright, line up. Make it look pretty.
Weatherman, line it up.
I'm assuming next to them?
Yeah, safe bet. Alright, we're gonna flip a coin on which squad has to move channels. Specialist McClure. You're gonna call it.
User joined your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your channel.
Wow,
User
you're
joined your
fucking good at
channel.
this.
User joined your channel. User joined your channel.
They always go with ass.
Sergeant Dale.
User joined your channel.
Corporal Jaeger.
User joined your channel.
I miss you, man.
I miss you too.
Dale.
1-4 Mike, this is 3-3 Mike, radio check on frequency 4-2, over.
All right.
3-3 Mike, this is 1-4 Mike, Lima Charlie.
So since you did me the honor of moving to my channel, so I didn't have to, I'll go ahead and get on your platoon now.
Alright, sounds good.
Alright, Sergeant Ramirez, as 2IC, if I go down, you're going to be on 110 tonight.
Copy.
So, Sergeant Margiota, Sergeant Muller, you guys set it up more than I did. We've had our talky, learny, educational bit for the day, so unless you had anything you wanted to run over with your guys, Sergeant, we're good to get into fun bits whenever you are. You go on yelling, Sergeant. One 4, this is 3-3. Got you, Lima Charlie on 110. Over.
Now I'll go on yelling.
All right.
I have nothing for my squad. At this point, we're ready to kick off whenever you are.
All right. 3-3. If you guys need to resupply, I know we didn't run too much, but if any of you need to grab anything that you might have used in that last exercise, go ahead and do that real fast. Oh, this is fucking weird. 3-7, this is 3-3. You got you, Lima Charlie on 110. Over. I feel dirty. We don't belong here.
Alright, y'all can lock and load 1-4.
Earplug check.
Alright, Stevens, are you ready for pure fun and excitement?
Sorry, that was my
Pure fun, unadulterated fun.
Oh yeah, I had a sidearm. I forgot about this little guy.
Can I help you, Sergeant Dale?
Mike Bravo.
I missed you too.
Center for Mike Bravo, over.
As well.
Just for your information, Bravo's rifleman is CLS,
missing some
and that
eyebrows,
is
Sergeant Dale.
Lieutenant Tom.
Yeah.
Roger. What about you, Alpha? Over.
You got a uniform on?
I do have a uniform on.
There we go.
Alright, Bravo, you guys all good to go? Mike is set.
You do.
Everybody set?
Alpha scan, Del's green.
To your right, that'll bring us to
No idea.
Gotcha, yeah, it's
LZ.
Let me know when you boys are all good, and I'll get you over there.
All right.
Bravo's green.
Has 1-4 been briefed already?
As much as I want to brief them.
All right. 3-3.
Huh?
We have an LZ in grid reference 019er, 029er. It's on the shore. Nice empty spot for our pretend helicopter to pretend land us.
stealth.
Yeah. We are going to move more or less along those arrows and assault Camp Maxwell. This is, as we're getting close to the end of this deployment here, most of our operations are going to be finding these guys' last hidey holes, getting into them, fucking them up. So, good training for these last few cycles before we go on to winter stand down. So, we're going to move through this terrain. 3-3, we're going to be on point. And so whoever that lead team is, go ahead and move, use your discretion, get up, up to the team, up to the camp, and assault it. Pretty straightforward. Any questions?
Quick one, what did the arrows represent again?
The way that we are going.
Copy, Sergeant.
Any other questions?
Thank you, Sergeant.
We're going north.
Wait, are those arrows pointing north?
Really? The arrows are all pointed north, yes.
Okay. Pretty
Really?
easy. Use your brains, gentlemen. You're moving from the left to the east to the objective. Let's not be fucking idiots here. Follow the arrows. They may be pointed north, but, you know, Mark 1 brains, activate them.
Alright, so that is a solid point. Thank you, Sergeant McCoy. But, man, what the fuck? Those are all pointing east for me.
It's an Ares issue.
Alright. Well, sorry about that. I didn't mean to treat that question so silly, Sergeant Ramirez. Yeah, pretend all those arrows are pointing the other way. Alright, we all good?
Follow the tips. Yep.
Gotcha. Alright, that flagpole's gonna take us.
Alright, 1-4, if I can take the flagpole to FTX, get 360.
Okay, Bravo. Take the flag. Get 360.
Bravo's on site, or Tel's on site. Tel's setting up in Rockwell, facing north-northeast.
Go for Bravo.
Let me know when you're all here so we can start moving.
Bravo, gonna get these rocks out here.
Alpha Bravo, until we got everybody on site, set up security on the northern end, over.
Copy, good shit, gentlemen.
Alpha copies.
Bravo copies.
Reyes, recommend you grab this rock to my immediate north. Reyes, I copy last.
Actually, it's Alpha, we all here.
Bravo's.
Copy.
Bravo's out here.
Press H.
Alright, copy.
Alright. Follow the green guy. Copy. Bridge rate is 1-4. We are good to step off. We'll trail behind you, over.
Reyes is Tel status.
Alpha Bravo, go ahead and take us out east, over.
Alpha copies,
Reyes,
Alpha moving out, taking point.
Bravo the stealth.
Go for Bravo.
Not hearing from my battle buddy. Do you have eyes on him, over?
Can you hear
Bravo
us on
Alpha,
the
we're
radio?
gonna stay on the left side of the flag to the north.
Copy. I have eyes on him. He appears to be having radio issues at this time. Check your frequencies.
What's
Make
the
sure they
frequency
didn't
again?
get changed. 133.2.
Alpha, this is actual, be advised. Those arrows are roughly our
need to get moving.
direction of travel.
so-
We don't need to be adhering to that strictly. Out for Alpha. Bravo, this is actual, over.
Diamond. Bravo.
Oscar Mike. Check net.
Go for Bravo.
You guys moving? You good, over?
A firm, we're moving. We were finding our wayward grenadier. His radio went south on him.
Fucking support him.
Roger that. If you're ever not ready to move, you need to let me know before, over.
Copy that.
Actions Alpha.
Bravo, be advised. I have 1-4 stepping on our decks right now, coming in from the right.
Actually, South, I'm just gonna stay near the top and not all the way on the top to continue traveling. How copy?
Good copy. Go ahead and short halt for just a moment. Let Bravo catch up just a bit, and then start moving again when they're a little closer over.
Reyes
Alpha
is
copies,
over.
holding.
Apparently Reyes is still having comms issues.
A firm, I saw he turned around and went back, so just keep pushing and hopefully he'll get it sorted.
So I'll copy.
Alright, continue moving over.
Actually, we got Alpha, we got movement.
McMillan, recommend you push left so that we're
opposite reach line.
close to the diamond. We still wet at
200
this
meters.
point.
Roger that, pushing left.
Hold up.
Copy, holding. Rock.
Alpha's got eyes on some.
Roger, hold it.
What do we got?
025, move from west to east.
I think I saw
Copy that. Start moving
someone
towards
to
that
the
contact and eliminate it before we proceed towards the objective, over.
We're gonna keep moving up with Alpha. But
Alpha copies moving.
Copy, moving.
Are we allowed to open fire?
Hey, firm, we're not secret squirrels.
Pushing up to a rock.
We're getting engaged from the north. I don't have I can't see shit from here.
I just dropped one. Bearing 016.
I'm going up to the mountain so I can have better eyes.
Don't get too far away and don't get in one.
Bravo Stella, are we staying here or Dark Platoon holding here? Is what I'm asking over.
Alright, from so far I haven't received any word on
Alpha, Bravo, this is actual. Be advised, 1-4 has eyes on the contact. It's setting up base fire if you want to start maneuvering onto that contact, or at least to a closer angle on it, over.
Reyes, is your radio up?
Yeah, I fixed it.
Okay, good.
Alpha copies last. Alpha's gonna start moving now.
1-4 is gonna set a base of fire. Alpha's gonna start maneuvering.
Copy.
Once they move, we can push down to try and find better eyes.
Solid copy.
Actually, this is Alpha.
Send it over.
Bearing 054, 300 meters uphill. Looks like a heavy machine gun shooting at us.
Are we heading north?
Roger that. Are you able to engage that, over?
Alpha's got a heavy machine gun.
Say again.
Engaging from the ridge line.
Interrogative. Are you able to engage that, over?
Negative, it's too far away. Up in the hill, 053.
So.
Roger that.
Same here. Let's move down.
I'm hoping if we push down a bit, we can get some eyes on.
Just copy, so we're pushing down slope.
A firm, push down slope, see if you can get eyes on contact.
Roger.
Moving.
Moving left.
We got a rock
Alpha,
right
Bravo,
make sure you stay on me.
1-4 is peeling behind us on our south, moving east, trying to get better eyes on that machine gun emplacement. Continue moving through cover onto those contacts, over.
Alpha copies.
Eyes on them engaging.
Alright, Reyes, let's push down to McMillan.
Copy.
One down.
Actually, Alpha, we're pinned down with the machine gun.
Actual copies, over.
Bill, do you have eyes
Bravo,
on
this is
machine gun
Mac.
emplacement?
I do not have eyes on
Alpha,
anything
this is
now.
actual. If you can
Direct
keep
east.
putting tracers, at least in the general direction, to help 1-4 get on target faster, over.
Copy that machine gun. If you we can find it, it's got Alpha pinned down right now.
Alpha copies.
Roger, eyes on 2. Engaging.
Bravo's attempting to engage that machine gun this time.
They're down.
Actually, Alpha, we're gonna start pushing east time now.
Alpha, Bravo, this is actual. Be advised, BMP's in the AO1 has been neutralized by 1-4 to our southeast. Continue movement east, over.
Bravo copies. Okay, we're
Alpha
going to
copies.
continue our movement east. There is
Coming actual.
BMPs in the area. 1-4 is already disabled one. There is a second one going.
Send back fortification east,
Solid,
400
solid.
meters.
Got it, ready to move.
Okay, let's get moving.
Are we pushing up to behind Alpha, or are we gonna push on line with Alpha?
Up behind Alpha.
Copy that.
Copy.
Still taking fire.
Got friendlies due east, down slope.
Roger that, Bravo. What's the bearing on that, over?
Unsure. I believe it to be in the northeast somewhere.
Oh, getting
Taking fire.
engaged. No eyes on them.
Trying to fuck them useless here. Recommend we move somewhere.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Stay fair. I just don't know where we're supposed to go right now. Just keep pushing past actual and take up these rocks on the other side.
Copy, moving.
Alpha, Bravo, this is actual. Try to reorient southeast crossing that ridge line. 1-4 is being engaged from their southeast, over.
Eyes, we're taking fire from direct southeast. Eyes on him, he's on top of the mountain.
Bravo, I'll copy last, over.
Say again, action.
1-4 is being engaged from their southeast. We're going to try to move further south across this ridge line to move on to what is engaging them. Their machine guns are engaging what is impacting you north, over.
Where's that rocket?
1-4 is engaging those machine guns. We need to push over the ridge line to the south. They're being engaged on the other side.
1-4 has you covered to the north, Bravo. I need you pulling off that sector and assisting Alpha.
We need to get the fuck out of here. We're taking
on Edelman's south, over.
AG fire.
Bravo copies. We're currently taking fire.
A firm, over.
I gotta try and fix my legs. Stand by.
Copy, I'm getting up over this fucking red line.
Copy.
Patching myself up also.
Somebody should be with Tel.
Actually, this Alpha area clear. Area to the southeast is clear.
I'm patching, Macmillan patching himself up. Someone else go.
Reyes.
Yes.
Tel is your buddy. You should be.
Solid copy, I was patching myself up.
Copy. Make sure he knows you need to patch him.
Alright, Alpha, Bravo, be advised. Alpha has no eyes on the contact southeast. Try to get a little closer and then continue movement east towards his objective, over.
Alpha copies.
Bravo copies.
Bravo, this is Macmillan. I'll need a medic somehow.
Copy that, I'll get it.
Action, Alpha.
Send it over.
We're gonna resume movement to the northeast.
Mike, Bravo.
Center for Mike Bravo, over.
Bravo has some members who could use some pain relief.
Mike copies, I get it to you as soon as possible, over.
Bravo copies.
Bravo, we move. Alpha is actual, over.
This Alpha, send it.
Alpha's actual, go ahead and set up 360 there. We need to get Bravo taken care of and 1-4 moving along with us. Over.
Copy, watch yourself.
Alpha copies already on it.
Solid copy.
Be advised, we hear shots to the northeast.
Alpha, this is Mike. I got guy moving left to right. Bearing 034
Shots
off the
coming
ridge
from
line
the
to our
northeast.
northeast, over.
Mike has eyes on contact.
Alpha copies.
Right over the ridge line to the north.
He's down. Copy. Are we still focusing south?
Hey, firm. Once we
Copy.
get in this wood, I think Mike's gonna move.
This is Alpha, we're gonna continue moving time now.
Marksman firing on us. I have
Alpha,
no idea
Bravo,
where
this
the location
actual,
is.
Be advised, we are now holding and covering for 1-4's movement. They are being engaged from a bunker to our current northeast, over.
Bravo copies. We are holding for 1-4.
Actually, Alpha, we got a little bunker right in front of us. 100 meters out to the southeast, bearing 110.
Roger that. If it's manned, try to take that out. If not, try to get eyes further north to see what's
There's a
engaging.
bunker up our upslope east, 100 meters. I'm maneuvering good
Copy.
gauge.
Alpha's
Raise
gonna
on me.
start moving on that and clear it up. Copy.
Bravo, this is Mike. Action line coming to you. Give morphine, over.
LT is down.
Be advised, we are presently about to fire. We also have
Tel's back
Tel's
up. Back up.
I took out that gunner in the bunker.
Thank you. I couldn't hit him all of a sudden.
Alpha, this is actual. I need you to slow movement until 1-4 is close enough to support us. You're also getting away from your sister fire team, over.
Alpha copies, we're just clearing this little bunker here.
Roger that. After you clear that out, set up defensive position at your location, over.
Solid copy, bunker's clear.
Actual out.
Bravo's
stealth.
advised to the west, south, southwest. Go for Bravo.
Wait up, Dylan. Need to
need some morphine.
Roger that,
Recommend
Bravo.
you sign somebody to be watching to the south. Make sure we don't get flanked on our right. Over.
Copy that. I was just.
Thank you. Mike, this is actual. As soon as you're ready, I'm moving up with lead element over.
I'm gonna look.
Mike, I'm in around. Bravo should be good on pain management now. Over.
I got solid.
Copy that out. I got
Bravo,
some
we advise we're next to an enemy bunker, so don't shoot us.
We're aware, Alpha.
Bravo, this is actual.
Go for Bravo.
Be advised, you're currently being tasked by 1-4. We're with you. They're with us, so let's go ahead and start moving east over.
Copy that. Okay, we're gonna pick up and move towards actual and Alpha.
So copy, McMillan. You gotta stop moving off by yourself like that, man.
Moving.
Roger that. I apologize. I should stop this habit.
Yeah, just letting you know.
Alpha, Bravo, this is actual. Be advised, we are moving in line with 1-4 towards the objective. We are holding the southern side of the ridge until we take contact over.
Bravo copies. We're going to be moving.
Actually, be advised, there's a couple guys from 1-4 that just went down that were on point.
Until we reach our objective.
So copy, southern side.
Roger that. Looks like 1-4 is also getting engaged from their north. I want you pushing east to take out whatever hit them from their east. Let them take care of what's to their north. Over.
Alpha copy, danger close. East.
Actual, we got contact to our south.
Bravo's in contact. Danger close. 165.
Actual, I'm getting pinned to the 104 east. I can't engage. Alright, one down. There's another one.
Is everybody up?
Tails up.
McMillan up.
I think it's up.
Recommend we push contact. Clear this shit out.
Confirm. Let's push it.
Moving online.
Push it. Bravo's pushing by contact at 165.
Copy that, Bravo.
Watch my left. Watch my left. Alright, appears to be clear. I'm taking a tree line. I'm not pushing any further out in the open.
Okay, firm. Good cop. Let's push back up towards Alpha.
Yep. So I'll catch up to when we have a second.
This is 3-3. Be advised, the contact to our immediate east has been cleared. We're continuing movement over.
Okay, if you guys need medical, let's set up here quickly and get the medical done.
3 up.
Bravo's
Copy. Holding these lyrics.
for medical.
Alpha, this is actual. Be advised, 1-4 is taking security on the northern side of
Copy.
the ridge line. You want to push to the south in front of 1-4, in front of Bravo. Over.
Bravo just
Alpha
made contact.
copies.
078. Danger close.
Hey, Mike, can I get some more morphine?
Hey, firm. Alpha moving south. Time now.
Yeah, let's get these fire teams. We're not helping each other,
Thanks,
guys.
Doc.
Be advised, the two guys that stay here on the bunker from 1-4 are taking
Close to
grenades.
Alpha.
Copy. Pushing up.
Moving. Roger that. They've got enough guys to be able to handle some amount of contact on their own. We need to make sure that we're supporting each other between our fire teams. Over.
Bravo
Copy.
pushing to. Hold here, get set up.
Copy. Holding.
We're right on top.
Go. Let's go, Mike. Push through.
Watch the south again.
This is
Seeing
Alpha,
tracers
taking fire from the
southeast.
southeast, bearing 149, 200 meters out.
Copy, see if you can get eyes on it.
Roger that, Alpha.
One, we'll just keep holding.
Yeah, it's approximate 138. I can't see it, but it looks like somebody's putting
Be
40 on
advised, I
so.
only have a few thermal spikes in that ridge tree line to the 147.
Just to
Over.
our north.
Alpha copies.
Sounds like IDF going out.
Copy.
Good job.
Actually, Alpha, we got ears on the mortars firing right now.
265, let's get our masses moving.
Yeah, A firm. I have eyes on mortars landing. Teams, pick up. Move faster. Over.
moving. We gotta move.
Oscar Mike.
3-3, be advised that was real.
Seen shots outgoing east-southeast, no eyes.
This is Alpha, we got enemy close to southeast.
Seen a bunker complex up on the road east.
Roger that.
Bravo has eyes on a bunker complex southeast.
IDF going out.
The road.
Changing. We moving still?
Stay firm. Stay without. Keep following Alpha, but give them some room.
Mike, I'm running you here.
Who is this on the radio?
Alpha.
My copies. Alpha needs medical assistance over on. Yeah, they got a main down.
Recommend we push through Alpha and get up in there.
Stay firm, we're gonna push to their left.
Copy, moving.
Alpha, Bravo,
Moving.
fast on your left.
Alpha copies. Bravo, let me know when you hit the wall.
Mike's still up, actual. Over.
Rocks, just the other side of this command tower.
Alpha, Bravo, this is actual. 3-3 out. Be advised, 1-4 is gonna set up around the north of the objective to engage. I need you pushing about 50 meters south and then assaulting the compound from the direct west. Over.
Solid copy.
Push south. You want us to push south and engage up the west side.
Copy.
Drop 2.
Fire in the hole, fire in the hole.
Damn, that was friendly. The wall, we're pushing in.
There's a guy in the bunker to our immediate east. He's firing upon us.
Copy, I got contact pushing out to our south. Audible and Vic.
Weapon 18.
Bravo has audible on and Vic is starting up.
Roger that. 1-4 is 3-3, be
Bravo, this is Alpha, we got an entrance over here if you want to use it.
Sounds like a BMP.
Action, break, we got an enemy BMP moving on southeast. Less than 3 minutes.
Copy that. If you're able to engage with AT4, do it. If not, pull back. 1-4 is moving south with their AT team to engage that. Over.
Copy.
Alpha Bravo.
Yeah. There's rusted tower right over the square. There's a guy inside of me. He just tossed a shot at me.
Alpha Bravo.
It's Alpha, send it.
That BMP, is it inside the compound or outside?
It's outside right now.
Copy. Copy that. That BMP is currently outside. There's contact in the tower, 128. Contact in the tower is down. I put in a fresh mag, then we get to push in.
backup.
Does Bravo have eyes on that fucking BMP?
Alpha, Bravo, I need to sit rep on that BMP over.
Knocking out trees, 172.
My AP just missed! It's right on top of us!
Roger.
1-4, this is 95. We missed our AT shot. They are
It took a shot, but it's still up.
Yeah, it tends to happen. We shield BMP is a law, but it's worth a shot.
Eyes on enemy helicopter. Directly behind the compound. This compound as fast as you can. We need to get in cover from that BMP over.
Someone help me. Let's go and breach this compound. It doesn't make sense we're sitting down here.
Yeah, that's true.
Bravo, how copy? Over.
Bravo, copy.
BMP's on your right.
BMP is still up.
I cannot move. Go ahead and breach it.
Break. That BMP is in the entrance of the compound to our south. Over.
Alright, I'm pushing in.
I'm inside.
On you, Bravo.
I can fix my arm.
I'm behind you.
It's just pushing toward this fucking building.
Mike, I'm gonna need you to decide if I got a man down.
My copies, you steal us. I'm cut off from you by that BMP.
Alpha, Bravo, just keep your fucking heads down, stay in cover. 1-4 is still maneuvering on that BMP. They were on the north side. It's gonna take them another second or two.
BMP is
over.
still up. Bravo. Do you have an idea about it?
It's still up, but it's taking what we can throw at it. We're inside the compound. We're touching the building. There are contacts inside it.
It's down.
Flash out.
Yeah, I believe
smoke.
Send it over.
Clears down. 2IC check in.
Alpha and Bravo, this is Michael. I should making sure every single one of your guys is up and moving.
Hold the door.
Mike, this is Alpha. I'm gonna meet you.
Back up.
Copy that. He's back up. Let's get up on the roof. Get this shit clear. Is McMillan up?
Alpha, Bravo, whichever fire team is up and able, I need the team inside to clear down this compound.
I need a medic right now, so I'll fix the medic.
Roof's clear, building clear.
Good copy, actual out.
Ray is on me with the roof.
One of your team members right with us.
Coming.
Copy that. McMillan, why are you with Alpha in the mic?
Because I can't move, I'm hurt really bad.
Copy that.
Alright, patch.
Alright, I'm done patching. I just need some work right now.
Okay, worry about pain management later. Right now, get to us.
Alpha, this is action.
It's Alpha, send it.
Be advised, I have reports of a GAZ to the south, moving around to the southwest. It is going to be to our southwest downslope. Over.
Buildings that are 012.
Alpha copies.
Actual out.
GAZ running around outside.
Copy. Alright, we don't need 4 guys clearing one small building. Team 2 with me, we're gonna go clear this other one.
Coming.
Alright, opening door.
It's clear.
The guy inside, stand by flashing. Flash out.
Going left. He's dead.
No, let's go to this next one.
Reloading.
Opening the door.
Team 1, if you want to get that, we'll push past. Fuck.
It's clear.
Bravo stealth.
Bravo.
Interrogative, what's our next... What's we supposed to do? We get these towers and hold, or what are we doing over?
for the time being, let's security up here.
It's all copy. Push to this tower.
Actual Bravo.
Copy.
Action's current on the radio. Give it a minute.
Just quickly checking these Conex boxes to see if they open it up. No, they're sealed.
Send traffic over.
Actual, the compound is clear at this time.
Roger that. Be advised, 1-4 is clearing out another small section to the northeast. I need both teams moving inside this compound and setting up security in those towers. Over.
Alpha copies.
Copies. We're set up currently on the south side.
Good copy, actual out.
McMillan, you take the corner. If you kneel down, I can go over top of you, but you've got the better gun. Set up
Alpha
right
is actual. If you guys still got guys wounded, it'd be a lot safer to treat them inside these walls. Over.
Alpha copies.
Actual out.
Set up security on the corner.
You should be coming out momentary, actual.
Roger that. Once you guys are in, get security to the north and east. Over.
Alpha copies.
Sorry, actual, I'm just making a really bad. I'm giving
you get a medic down here for me, please?
Hey, Farron, I'll inquire. The mic should be on his way anyways. Mike, Bravo.
Send it for Bravo. Or send it for Mike Bravo.
Mike, when you get a moment, Bravo's auto rifleman McMillan could use some pain relief. And for that matter, so could Bravo's team lead.
Action Alpha.
Send it over.
We got enemies surrendering next to the helicopter. Nobody has cuffed them yet. Can we move on them?
Yeah, take a fire team and go cuff those guys.
Okay, sounds like Alpha's going to be moving up to the enemy helicopter and taking some prisoners there that are A firm, I believe so.
Copy.
No,
okay.
Actual, this is Mike. Do you need morphine? Over.
Negative. Over.
Mike, copy that.
Keep your eyes on the corner. I'm going to take up a tree here and look into the compound since everybody's abandoned us.
Solid copy.
Take contact south, close, no eyes. Also be advised, saw a guy about 100 meters to the south moving west to east.
Roger that, Bravo. I think it's somewhere around those two rock clusters to your south. Over.
Don't move. We need morphine.
Hey, just getting blood from the top.
I know you just need morphine, that was all.
I'm gonna give you homework right now. Thank you. Let me know when you're ready. Moving.
All good.
Recommend everybody check yourselves medically.
Disconnected from your channel.
Oh, actually, I see one over here.
Actual, so Mike, I want to run over here and check on these 1-4 guys, make sure they're good.
If you give him some Russian hard base, he'll stay happy.
Action is Alpha.
Send it over.
Picking up enemy AT. Over.
Good copy.
Roger that, 2-3 out.
Bring it back to the compound. I want east and south watched on them.
Bravo, this is actually correction on last both teams. Go ahead and flop sides that we're getting security on. 1-4 is going to be taken up the south and the east. Over.
Bravo, copy. We're being displaced. 1-4 is going to take up the
Actual out.
east. We get the north and west.
Copy that, moving.
Solid copy, moving.
Roger, moving.
Alpha, where's that
Bravo,
RPG?
Alpha.
User joined your channel.
Hearing shots south, it sounds like. Bravo, where
Bravo,
do you want to
there's
set up
one
that?
more RPG up here if you need an AT.
Copies. Do you have room up there for my AR?
I can make room for an AR if you want both in the same area. I don't think that's a good idea though.
Unfortunately, the tower here got smugged. Do your best to find locations here. Unfortunately, this tower got smugged at some point.
Copy.
User
Yeah, there was an
disconnected
asshole
from
in
your
there.
channel.
And he got fucked.
With the big green weenie.
Seeing shots outgoing east. Just saw eyes on a hostile out to the east.
Bravo has eyes on hostiles to the east.
Never mind, I dropped them.
Contact northwest.
Danger close. Northeast. Just dropped one.
Bravo's contact. Danger close. Northeast. Shit, reloading.
Oh.
Shit, reloading.
Copy that. 1-4 is also in spotted contact to the east. Make sure that we're not dropping our other sectors. Over.
Actual, this is Mike. I'm gonna hang outside the command building for a better cover. Over.
Break. We got enemies coming from the northwest.
We got contacts 307 as well. Don't drop your sectors. They'll surround us.
Yeah, so they decided to put a tank shell through it.
Bravo just to contact 307.
Yo, give some 40 mics out to the northeast.
Copy.
Alpha and Bravo, this is Mike. There's guys cresting the hill to the 090 east.
Copy.
Roger that, I got one.
When Mike is available, I could use some love. Bravo, copy.
Bravo, this is actual. I've got reports of close contact in the northeast. Try to keep eyes on that. Over. Mike, this is actual. Over.
Center for Mike, over.
I need you on my position for Bravo. Over.
Eyes on.
Actual out.
Push north and I'm clear.
I got his.
Bravo's tell.
Oh,
Bravo's back with comms.
Enemy vehicle on top of the hill to the southeast.
Yeah, it's BRDM.
136.
Bravo's tell interrogative. Where's 3-4 or 1-4
both teams, this is actual. Interrogative. Do either of you have AT you can put on that? Over.
Yeah, we're shooting AT. Second one coming up.
1-4. It's supposed to be on the other side of the compound.
Just dropped another one to the northeast.
Thank you.
Solid copy. So they're on the north. Just want to make sure that or correction to the southwest.
Hey, they're supposed to have taken up.
Alpha, this is Mike.
Yes.
I'm bringing up a tube for you.
Anything outside the compound should be hostile.
Solid copy. Reyes.
Hey, firm.
Be advised that BRDM looks like it's disabled, but it's still up. Over.
There's the RPG-26 right there.
Where's that fire coming from?
Looks like
That should do it.
east.
Copy.
Hey, be careful with 40s that direction. That's roughly where 1-4.
Come on up again.
We asked. We were told they're off to the fucking southwest.
They're spread out like in a curve along the southeast. I don't know their exact locations, but they're kind of sweeping through on that side.
That was my bad. I was understood they took up our location on the other side.
Contact to the northeast.
Spread out.
We got enemy inbound southwest. 100 meters out over the ridge. 200 meters out. my last.
Actual copies, send it up to platoon. Roger on your last order.
Copy.
Actual out.
Bravo stealth. If I wasn't 3-6, I wouldn't know this, but make sure anytime that contact or information is coming over SquadNet like that, pass that down to the team so we know what's going on as well. Specific.
Contact east. Tail is down.
Mike, Bravo.
Center for
Back
Mike.
up.
Bravo.
Back up.
McMillan, keep that gun firing. Disregard my members back up.
Roger. Alpha and Bravo, this is Mike. Let me know if your CL
Reyes,
needs a
give me
resupply.
140 Mike,
Over.
Mike, due east 75 meters.
Copy.
Bravo copies. How's our CLS?
Stand by.
This is Alpha. We are good on CLS.
I'm black on morphine.
Copy. Mike, Bravo CLS is black on morphine.
Bravo, or Mike copies. Bravo, I just got shot in the back. I'm back up though, over. He's up there by the BRDM rig. Down. I'll bring you CLS, Bravo, over.
Copy that, Mike.
Sorry about that. I heard Bravo, so I was like, oh, I'll just go ahead and move over there with him. I didn't realize you were.
It was like right before I got behind the container, I got shot.
Oh,
Reyes, another 40 Mike, Mike, where the last one was.
Copy. Sending.
Possible marksman to the south. There's a couple, like 300 meters out.
Interrogative, how much 40 Mike, Mike you got
take a
left?
couple vials of the good stuff in the backpack, but I'm not supposed to have it, so.
6.
Copy.
You're supplied on response CLS.
Bravo, this is McMillan. Send a mic to me if possible.
Copy that. Mike. Oh, Mike. My AR is looking for pain relief, I believe.
Bravo, this is Reyes. Send the mic over for a morphine, please.
Copy that.
Center for Mike, Bravo. Roger, coming back.
And my right.
Both teams need NACE report, over.
Thank you, Doc.
This is Tell, I'm green on medical, green on ammo, black on AT, over.
Bravo, this is Mike. I'm green on medical, green on ammo, and yeah, green on everything else.
Reyes, you're low on 40s?
I got only 6. I could use some.
How's your 5.56?
Roger, I see a thermobaric RPG on my guy up there.
Actually, this is Alpha.
Send over.
I got 6 months.
Rank. Assholes up by the helicopter.
Alpha, send over.
Ace reports as follows. We're orange on ammo, we're green on AT, and green on low on 40 mics. Good on medical. Over.
Contact east. Tail is down.
Contact, believe east. No eyes on him.
Center for Mike, Bravo, over.
This is actual. Be advised, Mike and I are moving to your position. Go ahead and send that ace report over.
Copy. Bravo is green on everything.
Contact north, contact north.
We are yellow on 40s.
Good copy. Roger that, actual.
Contact north, northwest.
3-3, be advised, we got enemies coming from the northwest. They're pushing hard, over.
Behind the tower, northwest.
Roger that, that's all us.
02.
Bravo has contacts from the northwest.
Northwest as well. I have. Never mind, disregard.
Alpha the stealth. Interrogative, do we have anybody covering that gate that we came into the west?
Stand by. Actual Bravo.
Actual, this is Alpha. This is Alpha. Fucking. 2IC.
Looks like
Alpha Actual is down. We're working on him now.
Roger, over.
Hey Mike, I used up all my IP just now. Yeah, that thing's like IDS. I was like, dead as hell.
It's an RPG.
Everybody got eyes on it. It came from the southeast. Thank God he was Ray Charles.
McMillan.
Yep.
I'm gonna hook around this corner to our left. If I don't come back within like 10 seconds, come find me.
Oh, RPG. I'll stay with you, maybe.
Good enough. Push back.
Contact, northeast. He's down.
I don't have eyes on anything, so.
Contacts, danger close, north. Correction, northwest.
Bravo, this is Alpha.
Guys up there somewhere.
Frag out.
That was smoke, not frag.
Disregard smoke.
Bravo, this is Alpha.
Go for Bravo.
I have 2 enemy RPGs over here if you need one.
Copies.
Contact down. Where Mike back out?
Bravo, still over.
Bravo.
Interrogative, do you want me to try to find some AT or are we good over?
Alpha has 2 available if we have need of them.
I'm on a BTR. So they're coming from the southeast.
If you want to break off now and go and get one from Alpha, I'll go with
Moving.
you. Hold that side.
Tower just went down. I have RPG pushing back to my position.
Send it over.
That last
Reyes, don't drop your sector, man. Keep watching.
Hey, firm, we'll get them taken care of as soon as we get our guys up. We have multiple down on this tower, over.
What side? Copy my last, Bravo. Do we have someone watching our west side? Over.
We do. Yeah. Alpha's up on the command building.
Roger that. Macmillan out.
We have a hostile vehicle somewhere to our south. Sounds like they may have found
Alright, guys, if you couldn't tell by the sound, that armor piece to the north is cleared out. 1-4 is also all brought up, so if we got everybody good up here, then we are all good to go.
Nothing from actual. Everyone's up on this command building, over. Actual, this is Alpha 2IC. Alpha Actual is down.
Roger that, over.
Actual, this is Alpha 2IC. Alpha Actual is back online.
Roger that. He can let me that know himself. So.
Affirm.
Alpha Bravo, this is actual. Be advised. Index.
Index.
Solid copy. Index.
Solid copy, Index.
I guess we're gonna rally on the green smoke and condition 4. Or at least condition 1 to put your safeties on.
Should be condition 4. This is an exercise, not the real map.
You're bleeding, Ramirez.
Condition 4.
Fuck, I'm not surprised I didn't die.
Yeah, you went. How long were you down at the last bit?
Like 5 minutes?
Yeah, we didn't notice you because you were right next to a Russian body.
Yeah, I literally
Yeah, no
received
one noticed
mags like
me.
not
Even
too long
Sergeant Bell
after.
was healing on top of me. He didn't even saw me.
Good job, Stevens. Good job.
Hold still,
Yeah, and
Rob.
we captured the dude.
Oh boy. Yeah, Jaegers need blood and everything.
Yeah. Hey, that's me, sex slave.
Jeez. Whatever you like 'em.
Alright, come on.
Bravo's here.
Bravo's on there.
Roger that. Fall green.
Alpha's on here.
Alright, 3-3 is all good.
Sounds good. 1-4 is all present. Alright, well, I'm gonna have a debrief in my channel with my guys. I don't know if we have anything as a whole with this FTX. I'll let you start that off, Sergeant Dale.
Thank you. Alright. Try to keep this to anything that would apply to multiple squads, you know, working at a somewhat of a platoon level. The only thing that I noticed at that kind of aspect is that between my fire teams, definitely understand the gut reaction to jump to another squad's aid when they're getting engaged, but they've got their own guys. It's not to say that you shouldn't help, but we need to make sure that we are staying close enough as our own squad that we can support each other. It's a lot easier to work with the guys on your squad net than it is to assist people who are on a separate net entirely, so definitely, you know, push out, assist those other squads, but make sure that you're maintaining good coordination with that other fire team. Don't get too spread out. If we have to support another squad, I want to do it as a whole squad, not just one fire team, if possible. Does that make sense? Other than that, I thought everything was done pretty well. That's all I had. 3-3.
Copy. 1-4 has nothing. I thought communication between yourself and myself was good. That's about all I can really critique on with squads working as a whole. So, I have nothing here.
Alright. Aries.
Thank you. One question. Did you guys all have fun tonight? Outstanding.
Too easy.
That's all I got, Sergeant. Thank you.
Sergeant McCoy, I know that half these guys aren't your CUC, but do you have anything for us?
I don't have anything for the, I guess, task force as a whole per se, but I do have some stuff on the squad level we'll address in individual debriefs. But I gotta say, that shit looked fun as fuck. I'm a little jealous that I was not on the ground with you. But overall, fucking pretty goddamn good job, guys. Like, you guys, holy shit, kicked multiple asses, exponentially multiplied by a lot more asses. Keep it up. Thank you, sir.
Cool. Thank you. And Lieutenant Tell.
Thanks, Sergeant Dale. Nothing at this point for this overall group, so good job tonight, folks.
Alright. Sounds good. 3-3. My channel.
Yeah,
oh wait, we're in my channel. Holy shit.
What he's trying to say
1-4,
is
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, there you go.
See you
User
later,
left your
1-4.
channel. User left your channel. User left your
3-3,
channel.
you're clear to disconnect from the channel. Or the server,
User
sorry.
left your
not the
channel. User left your
disconnect.
channel.
I love you too, Daddy.
See you later.
User left your channel.
Found a
User
new
left your
toy.
channel. User left your channel. User left your channel.
Alright. I think we're down to just the group that was with 3-3. All right, just a few pointers. That second half was mostly to have a little bit of a good time. After the learning bit, did notice just a few things we'll touch on real fast. 2 ICs when you step up, which I know Bravo, you didn't have one within the squad, so that'll be forgiven for today. But for Alpha, I know you just got your 2 IC in place today, but make sure when he steps up, he's got a clear idea of what he needs to be saying and how to say it quickly.
Copy.
Yeah, nothing too extreme. Just make sure he's briefed and a little more comfortable stepping up in that role.
My apologies, Sergeant.
He does know what to do. He just got nervous.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's fine. Experience helps, that kind of stuff. Here to learn, here to practice. So just make sure you get a little more comfortable with that in time.
Copy, Sergeant.
For a good while there on the approach, Bravo was lagging a good bit behind and not really swinging around on any of the contact that we had reported. Was there anything going on back there? I know you guys were under fire. The best thing I would have for that is to smoke and displace, but was there anything outside of that was going on that I didn't know about as to why that was a little bit slow on the Bravo zone?
You mean when we were in the forest there, Sergeant?
Safer.
Not really. You basically touched on it. I was buggered up. Both my legs and my chest were dark red. I couldn't really move to push, so.
Copy that. Once you've called up that you're in contact, if I come at you with another movement order, despite knowing you're in contact, and if you understand that I am aware you're in contact, at that point you can consider that mostly a break contact order. Put out smoke, get yourself leg patched up, and definitely get behind cover and try to move on with that.
User joined your channel.
Copy.
Movement order as best as you're able.
That's what I was attempting to do, but I was in a bad location. As I got patched up, they hit me again.
Can I add to that real quick, sir?
Of course.
So yeah, in that kind of situation, when you need serious medical attention, or heavy casualties, you're under heavy fire, and you're getting movement orders, it's okay, as the team leader to make the call and say, hey, we are currently combat ineffective, and decide whether or not you're going to need help or if you just need time, but let him know that you're temporarily out of the fight, so he's not kind of relying on you to execute those orders, so he knows he has to wait. So just make sure that the overall situation is kind of painted when that happens. That's all I got.
Copy.
Thanks, sir. Last thing we'll go over real quick. Breaching that compound, stacked up, moved around the side. Took a good while to actually get in through the door. Was that just the amount of contact you were receiving, or were you worried about that BMP that was to the exterior? Kind of what was the bog down on getting inside that ESCO line?
From initially when Private McMillan pushed up to the entryway, there was a little hail of fire that came out. He went down. I got badly wounded right after he got attention. And then when the vehicle pushed around, that's when we finally pushed in.
Alright, roger that.
Can I get a quick moment on that?
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
I noticed that Private McMillan got separated from Bravo, and then he traveled along all the way back to them. When that happens again, you got to stay with whoever is next to you, McMillan. You did travel more than 100 meters alone, under fire.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I just was looking for I needed the medic at that time, and that's about it.
If you can walk and you can move, stay wherever you are. The medic will get to you.
Hey, firm.
All right, thanks, Sergeant Ramirez.
I got one thing on that BMP, actually. All right, so this is like the one thing that actually really pissed me off. And I'm not gonna call the person out, even though I know who you were and you know who you are. But there was one person when that BMP was active was literally like crouching next to the BMP to get cover and underneath its arc, like standing right on it. And when fucking 1-4 took that shot, you got fucked up. So that was a serious blue on blue right there, but that's on you because you do not use enemy armor as fucking cover. If there's an enemy armor piece, get the fuck away from it. So I don't ever want to see that shit again.
I saw that. It was like Battlefield players too.
Yeah, well, I don't need any commentary on it. I just need that to never fucking happen. Is that clear to everybody here?
Affirm, Sergeant.
Roger that, Sergeant.
Carry on.
All right. Bravo, do you have anything to?
Nothing else, Sergeant.
All right. Thank you for stepping up to date. Specialist Perkinson, anything on the medical side?
Thank you, Sergeant. The only one thing I had is whenever I need assistance with someone who's down, I want it to be pretty quick on the response. I know a couple of times I had to try to get someone to pay attention. I can understand whenever there's a bunch of explosions and stuff, but whenever I call for someone to help me bandage someone up, I needed to get there pretty quick. I know I had to yell like 6 or 7 times to try to finally get someone over to help me bandage someone. So just be cognizant of a mic yelling at you to assist with someone who's unconscious. That's all I had.
Thank you, Specialist. That is a great point. We're kind of without a mic for a while until Specialist Lecter gets back to us, so we're kind of getting to see a lot of different guys in that slot. But one thing I will tell you across the board is that when we are in a casualty treatment scenario, still keep doing your jobs. That comes first. But as far as scene security and how those casualties get treated, Mike has some degree of authority as soon as we're in that situation. Casualty treatment area is fucking his domain. He's king there. So when he's telling you he needs help with somebody, you know, he knows just as much as you do that we need to be setting up security and watching our areas. He's aware of that. So when he tells you that he needs help, despite that, you know, him having that knowledge, he fucking means it. So team leads, you get the medic telling you he needs guys helping him, make sure you get on that.
Copy.
All right. That's everything for 3-3. Sergeant McCoy, do you have anything else that you saw?
I had one other comment, and I mean, given the amount of fucking OPFOR in that compound, that was a heavily fortified. Like, that was fucking, whoo, baby. Just so when you're breaching, there's a lot of rifles looking in the same direction, so just make sure you're watching your LBAs, you know, your danger areas, because there's a couple times dudes on, like, the HQ building on the roof were just had, like, whole fire teams out in the open that they were able to engage, and could have easily been avoided if people were holding their sectors a little tighter, but I you know, it was fucking really hectic and intense there getting in that compound, so just something to keep in mind, but I'm not going to really grill you guys on it. That's all I got, really. Otherwise, it was pretty outstanding job, other than that.
Thank you, Sergeant. Lieutenant Tell.
Most of what I had looking at the team level, I passed along to Specialist McClure while we were doing it, so I won't harp on it again here. So, again, good job tonight, Bravo, and 3-3 overall. That's all I got, Sergeant Dale.
Thank you, sir. All right, everybody. We have, I believe, it is last squad training of the year next week. Am I wrong about that?
I believe so, but there will be an official announcement about Winter Stand Down shortly.
Copy that. Well, regardless, we're not on Winter Stand Down now, so we do have squad training next week. And then we have our operation on the 8th. Private Sherman.
I'm a little new here. Thank you, Sergeant. I'm a little new here. What exactly is Winter Stand Down? And how long does that last?
Winter Stand Down is that magical holiday time of year. We understand that everybody's got families and lives and shit going on, and that this is video games, so all official functions of the unit will shut down for the holiday season. There will be no required trainings or events of any kind during Winter Stand Down. There will be like fun ops and little things like that held by, I think, the company or unit HQ level, and people will have their own various things. But during Winter Stand Down, which is starting at some point this month, we will have no required events for you to attend. And then there will be a message sent out to you on when that will cover, and then when we need to be back from that.
Thank you, Sergeant.
You're welcome. Sorry, did anyone else have any questions? I forgot to ask fill-ins or team members.
Negative, Sergeant.
Not here, Sergeant.
All right, take that as a no. Hold for 1 second. All right, got attendance. All right, everybody, you are dismissed. Private Rees, hope you had fun. Hope you got a good taste of what's going on around here. Look forward to seeing you get through OSIT and all that fun nonsense.
Thank you, Sergeant.
All right, 3-3, everybody else, dismissed.
User left your channel. User left your channel. User left your channel. User left your channel.
Sergeant, I'll borrow you my channel for a second.
Roger that, sir.
All right.
User left your channel. 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 User disconnected from your channel. User left your channel. User left your channel. Channel switched.